when I'm out on a kayak for a long period of time, pedaling, it doesn't matter what kind of kayak, it doesn't matter if it's the native type where it goes around, or if it's a Hobie, or if it's the back and forth, it just any hip movement, it hurts the hips after a extended period of time. In the research looking for motors for my Lynx, you know, I come across the NK 180s, I come across Torpedoes and stuff like that, and I didn't want a big battery. And so with my research, I come across the Texas Power paddle. But anyway, I'm going to do the unboxing to show you what's in it. I do a quick little install. The install is really quick. It literally is 2 screws, and then just running your cables, and then I'm going to figure out how to mount my battery box somewhere permanent, and then going out and fishing with it and see how it does. And you know, there's a couple guys out there who has channels, but not a ton, so I plan on putting this thing through the grind. Okay, so right here's the 2 boxes that comes in. So this box has the motor in it, this box has the, this box has the battery in it, this box has the motor and stuff in it. So what you get in the box is, I'll just hop down here. So right here you get the battery, comes in a nice box, Texas Power paddle. You know, it's got the gasket, looks to be pretty waterproof. And then right here is the 2 hookups, one's for the throttle, one's for the motor. I'm not sure if it matters, don't know any of that stuff. I'll figure all that out in time. And then of course, you know, turn the motor on, it's got a fan stuff, it's got a USB, and then it goes through the stuff. 19.3, I'm at 77 right now. So that's the battery. Come over here, here's the motor. You know, and all it has is this. It's got the same plate held on by 2 screws. And then this right here is a clip. This clip actually goes right here, and that's if you're you know, like if you're transporting it and the motor falls down, but it's got a magnet that pretty much keeps it in space. It comes with some Lynx clips, so you can stick if you need to, you know, fix your cable to anything. Comes with a motor tune-up kit. This right here is the piece for the Lynx that hooks to the throttle. Here's the throttle. It hooks to the throttle, so you can put it on your rudder control. And then the battery cable. And since I always used to get 6 cents subscription, I have all these stuff, so I actually label one and keep my battery charger in here, is to keep it separate from all my other ones. So this right here is everything that you get in a box: battery, charger, clip, throttle, clips, motor, battery. Now also separately, I bought the weed guard. So I fish a lot of weedy places, plus when I go out in the salt water during tide changes, sometimes we get a lot of weeds up on the surface, so I'm going to put the weed guard on. And then I also got the skid plate, and basically the skid plate goes right here on these and just gives you a little bit of more clearance from the motor. So, you know, basically take these screws out, put the motor up, screw it in. Okay, so here's the first part of the install. So I put the skid plates on. So here's the front skid plate, rear skid plate, just goes right. So these are front. You can see it has a little F here and a little R here for front and rear, because it, you know, it is made a little bit different. So it is the match, so that's good. Went right on there. They come with 2 different screws. Went on, tighten it down perfect. And then let me reach up here and pull the motor down. And you see the cable just runs up there under the seat. And then I added a weed guard. Now the weed guard, if you look on the back of the motor, there's 2 little, it's right there, that little bitty screw, and then there's another little bitty screw right here. So the weed guard, it just pushes into place, and then you put in those 2 little screws. So you put one in on that side and one on that side. Now, the reason I went the skid plate is because I'll be putting this in my truck, and I know I'll be sliding it stuff. But also, I noticed, like when it got, so when you give it throttle, it comes down, and it goes in place and it does what it's supposed to. And then when you stop, it momentarily hits reverse and kicks it back, and there's a magnet that holds it up in there. But see how this cord kind of hangs down just a little bit? Well, that's another reason I wanted the skid plate. So right there's the first part of the install. So I'll be back when I get the kayak off the ceiling and do. Okay, sorry about that real bright light back there. So this is another video. This is a few days later from my last one on the Texas power paddle hookup. So you know, the cord comes up from underneath. So right here is the throttle, and you can see it comes with this little black clip, so the throttle just clips on. I got my cable running down the actual rudder cable, just kind of spiral, but not tight, just to take up room, so I don't have as much cable, because going back here. So then it goes back and it goes up to the box, and then all the extra cable from the power going to the motor and everything I have right here, which is also where I have my transducer extra cable. Now what I'm doing with the box is I have the box sitting right on the rail of the seat, and then I have a bungee cord going around it. And you know, when I move the seat, you know, it just kind of moves back. There you go. And it stays in place pretty well. So that's what I want to try to do it. That way I don't take up any of my space. And then you see, you know, you can see how it moves. And it just kind of falls up there in place. So I want to see how it does. Now the only thing I'm not sure about with this setup is if I want to put the battery box under the seat like most people, because you know I have a box under my seat that has my battery for my fish finder. So I went and put the I have the risers on. So with the risers, the Dakota lithium box fits under the seat, so I could take this battery, put in the box, and set the box for my fish finder over here, and then I could put the power paddle box on the other side. And if I do that, you know, I'll lose this under the seat. But you know, I was looking at it, I really don't have a bunch of stuff in it, and what I do have in it I could actually put in the yak attack boxes over there. And then that would also give me two lights that I could use, that I could shine forward to use when I go night fishing. So that's currently where I am with the Texas power paddle. So stay tuned. The next video should be me on the water, or the next portion of this video will be on the water. Okay, howdy folks. So this is the last part of my test for the Texas power paddle. So I'm out here on a little lake, very little wind, and I'm going to leave the pedals in, and I'm just going to do a little test. I will push them all the way forward though, do a little test and see what happens. So let me see if I got you on the chest mount. So okay, right here is the throttle, so I'm going to turn it halfway up. I heard it kick on. I don't know if you could hear it kick on or not. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn it all the way on. So turn it all the way on. You know, you can hear it down there, but I don't care about that. I don't care. I'm only going to be using the Texas power paddle to get me from point A to point B. So when I get to where I'm going and I go to fish, I like to use my pedals. So right now it says I'm doing 3.4, and I don't know, it's I mean, I can hear it under there, but like I said, I don't care much about the sound now. And you know, I'm sure I do faster if I took the pedals out, but you know, for this I'm not going to. And the reason being is I have a lot load today, and if I took the pedals out, well, this just gives you an idea. Not everybody takes the pedals out. So my GPS is saying 3.4. So then when I go to turn it off, I cut it all the way back, and I just heard it kick into a momentary reverse and go back in. So that'll be it for this. I have a fishing trip coming up in 2 weeks, and I will be using the Texas Power Paddle a lot on that trip. So it will be the walleye trip. So if you're curious to how it lasts over a full day of fishing, stay tuned to that video, and that should do it. So right now I'm going to go up here and throw a couple little lures out and play around with some trout maybe. Alright, thanks for watching.